It was the Battle of the Birds in what was a potential Super Bowl preview to end your Thanksgiving weekend. And the Ravens head into the bye week 8-5 after falling to the Philadelphia Eagles 24-19. The stingy Eagle defense and some costly Justin Tucker misses doomed the Ravens as they fall to 8-5, 4-2 at home as they head into the bye week. Eagles 10-2, 6-1 on the road as Saquon Barkley continues his MVP chase. The official Baltimore Ravens post-game show here on the Flex Zone podcast. Only place giving you Ravens coverage and your sports coverage. How you want it, fellas, when you
need it.
Doom and gloom post-game show. Not the best way to end your Thanksgiving weekend after being around family, eating delicious food, and enjoying time off from your various jobs and professions. The Ravens fall short to the Philadelphia Eagles 24-19. Ravens fall to 8-5 heading into the bye week. And the Philadelphia Eagles now 10-2. Kicking things off. This man was at the game. He has a lot to say, to get off his chest. He froze his balls off, but he's here with us for the post-game show. The man of the people. You can catch him at the Ravens game because he's out there each and every chance he can be. And he's got a lot to say about this game. Big Raj, a social media producer who makes the streams pristine. What's going on, brother?
No bread, no water, just hate. That's one big son of a bitch!
Finish him, Daddy. Finish him, Daddy.
Okay, we're done with all the sound effects. Oh, no, okay.
Big Raj, how you feel?
I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not even mad, to be honest with you. I'm really not. It is what it is. That's how I'm feeling.
The co-founder of this here podcast, the executive producer, the man who joined me earlier for the pre-game show. He's back for the post-game show because after the party is the after party. And who else but the party king himself, Jersey Dre. What's going on, my brother? Welcome back. The tribal chief from OTC. How you feeling, Dre?
Well, at least I know one tribal chief out here got a W, man. This, like you said, gloomy Sunday, man. I hate to end the weekend like this.
Well, let's get straight to it. Ravens fall to the Eagles 24-19. Rod, you were at the game. How was the vibe? How was the weather? How was the energy, the atmosphere? What did you see there live at the game, being down at the bank for this big-time matchup?
I mean, to be honest with you, I saw a bunch of jackass Eagles fans. That's what I saw. That was the vibe. They were hollering and screaming the entire time. They were acting the fool. I mean, EAGLES, Eagles, and all this other bullshit. It was a bunch of that. So that's what I saw. It was quite a few Ravens fans there as well. So, but from the get go, it was Eagle Land, and I told you when I was driving to go to what was it, Box Hill Pizzeria yesterday. There's a bunch of cars coming this way while I was going that way. I knew it was from Philly. I knew it. I had a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Be tons of Philly fans here. They came out in droves. They took over the bank, and from get go, man, the Ravens they started off a little hot. You know, they scored a touchdown, kicked the field goal, missed the extra point. It was 9-0. But after that, man, it was like they just forgot how to play football. Rashad Bateman gets hurt. He's no longer in the game. They're doing silly things on the football field. They can't block to save their life. Lamar Jackson does not want to run the football himself most of the game. And they're doing long passes down the field, trying to throw it to Nelson Aguilar. They didn't have Keaton Mitchell out there. For what reason? I have no idea. He wasn't even active today. Deontay Johnson, who we acquired a couple weeks back, didn't even see the field today, which is mind-boggling. I don't know anymore, man. I just don't know. I really don't. And it is easy for me to say, this is all Harbaugh's fault. This is all Tucker's fault, because he can't hit a field goal. He can't coach a football game. But that's the easy way out, man. It's just this team is just what they are. They are what they are at this point. They are what they are. They're a frustrating football team. They do silly things at the wrong time. The defense did get right today. They actually played a pretty decent game. They actually held up most of the game. But the offense just decides to not do their job. We're still putting out Falele out there at the right guard position, knowing he can't block anybody. We won't even try Ben Cleveland out there. It's just like they don't want to win. They don't want to be great. They want to continue to keep this silly things, silly stuff going each and every time. And it just comes to a point, man. It's like, what are we gonna do different? Harbaugh is defending Tucker at the end of the game. He's still the GOAT. We're still gonna use him. Like, bro, he can't kick a football no more, bro. It's over. It is over for him. Just admit it. He's done. It's just this team is just hard-headed because the coach is hard-headed, and they keep doing the same things over and over again. Gets them to lose football games. And it wasn't like the Eagles were great. The Eagles weren't great out there. They wasn't doing nothing that we couldn't have handled. They were mediocre at best. Jalen Hurts did absolutely really nothing out there. and that's what's the most frustrating part. I could see if Saquon and them, just whooped our ass like they did the Rams last week. They did none of that. We decided to just, beat ourselves as usual. Whoop our own ass with our own belt. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We're going to the bye week, which is great, but we still got Harbaugh. We still got Tucker. Still got a shaky offensive line. Lamar doesn't want to run the football. We don't run the football enough with Derrick Henry. So it is what it is at this point. We're 8-5, and there you go.
Go ahead, Dre. We'll get more in depth. Raj, go ahead, Dre. Get initial thoughts.
I think that the Ravens actually on offense did a pretty decent job. I saw that Derrick Henry was getting touches out there. Lamar ran when he needed to, but like Rod said, we started out really good. The second quarter I was okay with because we came out hot, then they came out hot. The second half, we left. I think we just left points on the board, and it was a situation where Lamar felt like he had to play hero ball, and when Lamar has to do that and be Superman out there, I think that's when we start losing football games. But we left points on the board. I really think there was a special teams thing. Earlier in the pregame show, I told you, Byron, I said it would come down to Tucker and also field position. The punting where we were with field position, I didn't like that a lot. I didn't like, of course, Tucker leaving 7 points out there, changing the momentum of the game. If Tucker just makes like at least the extra point and a field goal, it changes the momentum of the game so much, and we have the lead. And it's just a different ball game at that point. But offensively, we left points on the board, but that was also because of special teams. Yes, we could have did some things better here and there, but it was just really, I think, just down to if Tucker makes at least a field goal and an extra point, it's a different momentum. So even if he makes one, If he just makes one field goal, it changes the momentum of the game and how things are played. I think that, like Raj said, the defense came alive. I thought that, the past couple weeks, the defense has been there, but I think really more so it's on special teams. Yes, offensively, we could do a lot of things better. So it's some things still questionable with Todd Monken and what he's doing with the offense. Lamar, I had to question about some of his decision making. Instead of throwing the football away, he's taking sacks out there. Um, he's not running when he's supposed to be running. So and you can start nitpicking some things, but I think that this game really came down to how we're not doing really good in a specialty that John Harbaugh was elected to be, and that's special teams. I'm not feeling it about Tucker, but something just still tells me that this team will do something crazy. Like Tucker will end up like making a field goal to get us into the Super Bowl or something really wild. I don't know what is exactly going to be. I still have faith that the team can do some things in the playoffs, but they need to address those things in the bye. Maybe you bring in another kicker to light some fire under Tucker, but you got to do something with your bye week. You cannot stay complacent because right now this is December football and you're heading into the playoffs. At some point, you gotta do something to ignite this team and go on that playoff push.
If you're just joining us, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Raj, Dre, let's start with Lamar. We see the tweet here from Jeff Zreback. Lamar was apparently cussed out by his mom because he did not start off as a runner more. Raj, did you see that while you were out there? They should have took off more.
Yeah, he was just standing around and he was laboring in the pocket, and I'm like, bro, just run the damn football. Nobody's open. Rashad Bateman's not playing. Zay Flowers can't get open anymore.
And don't get me
you have
started on Aguilar either,
You have
Raj.
Tylen Wallace and Nelson Aguilar out there, and Deontay Johnson's on the bench. I don't know, giving out towels or something. I don't know what the hell Lamar was doing a lot of this time, man. I ain't gonna blame. I'm not, like I said, I'm not blaming everything on him. It wasn't all his fault, but it's just at times it's like he just has a brain farts, and it's like, bro, nothing is open. Take your legs and go. And he just hesitated a lot, and I'm just like, we can't have this. When playoff football comes, if we make the playoffs, because I don't know if we're gonna make it or not, the way this team is looking. But if we do, he can't do that, man. You got to use your legs, man. Use what God gave you and use your damn legs. And he won't do it. And
Raj, you tripping? We're
I'm
gonna
not
make the
tripping.
playoffs. We're
I
gonna
am
make
not
the
tripping.
playoffs, bro.
I'm not
Stop
tripping.
it.
We have to play
Stop.
Houston. We have to play the Steelers again, and we got to play the Browns and Giants. We could lose at least three. We could lose three of those games, man. We could lose to the Steelers, Houston, and maybe the Giants or Browns. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know which football team is going to show up. I don't know what football team this is. I don't. Our kicker don't kick the ball anymore. We don't go with nobody else. We continue to keep putting them out there, and he keeps continuing to miss kicks and stuff. He can't even hit extra points now. So I don't know what team I'm watching. I don't know who we are. Okay, so like I said, we can make the playoffs or not make the playoffs. But Lamar is hesitating. Why? I have no idea. I don't get it. But I mean, he was okay at times. He missed a lot of throws today. But not, like I said, it's not all his fault because a lot of people gonna blame him. It's not him all the way. But it's just I don't know. I don't know who this team is. I don't at times. I really don't. And then when you have and the thing is, you have Deontay Johnson, who we brought in, who is a good wide receiver, better than Aguilar, better than Tylen Wallace, and you don't even give him a snap, not even one. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why is he not out there? We got him like 3 weeks ago. You mean to tell me he doesn't learn a playbook yet? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but to answer your question, Lamar was all right, but he could we can't he can't have all right games. He got to play extremely great for us to win, and he didn't do that today.
23
yeah,
of 30, 237, two touchdowns, and 8 carries for 79 yards with 39-yard long.
I mean, a lot of that was in garbage time when I left. And be honest with you, I didn't stay for the entire game. I left like around 5 minutes left. So
yeah.
a lot
I'm
of, a
about
lot
to
of them
say,
yards came probably when I left.
Yeah, a lot of people left. I left at 2 minutes. So when I got to the car, I was listening to the game and I heard that we scored. I was like, we scored. What was this? But again, I think that offensively, yeah, like I said, yes, you can nitpick some things about the quarterback and what he could have did. Uh, some of those balls you just gotta catch. Like Nelson Aguilar, some of those balls he didn't catch. I remember one in particular from Isaiah Likely that was thrown, but he caught it out of balance. You had moments where Zay. Sometimes Lamar, man, when he was throwing, I'm like, dude, you're throwing into triple and quadruple coverage with some people like Zay, and I'm just like not understanding that. Sometimes, some of those balls that he threw, you're seeing Andrews having to like, basically like play basketball over people. The way he was catching like David Tyree in some of those catches, man. I just didn't understand some of that was going on offensively. Like I said, defense pretty much held up as far as they could, but offensively, yeah, we're nitpicking some of those things. But I remember like specifically the third quarter, they had an over 11-minute drive, dominating time of possession in that quarter, and wasn't able to come out with nothing because Tucker missed a field goal. So I really just really nitpick it to more so on the offense. I mean the special teams more so than the offense. I think the offense, they didn't look great out there, but they were still pretty good. Running the football, doing things to keep the Eagles off the sidelines. Defense held up as much as they could until the fourth quarter, but I think we just left points out there, and it gets frustrating because offensively you do what you supposed to do, defensively you're doing some things, and then Tucker to miss all those points. It just takes the momentum away, not only from the team but from the arena. The whole stadium just didn't feel like they felt out of it, and it's been like that whenever Tucker has missed field goals. It just depletes the air out the whole stadium because this guy went from being money to now questionable. I don't know if it's the chicken. I don't know if it's him singing. I mean, at some point, he's just, I don't know what he's turned into, but the singing and the dancing, what you going to put watermelon with him next? I don't know what's going on, man, but something is going on with Tucker, and like I said, maybe they need to bring in another kicker just to light a fire there. But this is starting to turn into a Billy Cundiff situation.
They're not going to do that because Harbaugh is stuck in his ways. He's going to ride him out. He already said in the press conference that he has full confidence in him and that he's going to allow him to still kick his way out of it. Like, bro, like it's over, man. It's over for him.
And Raj, you said it, but he's supposed to be a special teams.
No.
This is supposed to be your area, man.
Brian Bailey was supposed to be an offensive guru too. Now was he?
Yeah,
hell no, he wasn't. So
and this is something our general manager has to kick. This is the general manager, like you kick it. Like Ozzie Newsome, he handed the keys over to you. At some point, you have to be the general manager and say, "Okay, Harbaugh, I hear you, but we need to do this because clearly something is not working, and this team is too good not to be in the Super Bowl."
No, Harbaugh has too much leeway in the front office. For him to not even try to play Ben Cleveland is ridiculous at this point. For him to not replace Justin Tucker is ridiculous at this point. For them to not put Deontay Johnson in the game, in fact, Keaton Mitchell not to even play is ridiculous at this point. It's like, what are we doing, man? Well, we got to have your best players out there. I understand that a lot of people are hurt. I get it. But damn, Keaton Mitchell was a healthy scratch. Deontay Johnson's not even seeing the field. What are we doing? Why are we not putting out our best people? I don't get it. It's so that is frustrating. And look, I see you on 3 deep in your that's ridiculous. That name is crazy. But I see what you're saying, man. Yes.
Hey yo, that's what that is.
A loss is a loss. I get it. A loss is a loss, but still, y'all didn't really do shit.
Stupid. Just Stupid.
Thank you,
You
though.
didn't do
Sir,
shit.
like I
You
said,
didn't do
yes,
anything. I was at
they
the
had it
game. I
for
watched
over
it with the
11
two eyes.
minutes.
Jam. Oh, jam.
I watched it with my own eyes,
What,
bro.
what did
That,
Brian say? Jalen Hurts said he only had 118 yards, right?
yes, Jalen Hurts didn't do nothing. Saquon had a couple big runs here and there, but y'all didn't do nothing. We stopped ourselves. We beat ourselves most of the time. This is what we do. This is Ravens football with John Harbaugh at the helm. We beat ourselves. So I see what you're saying in the chat, and I get it. I appreciate your comment and everything. That's great. Great that your team won. You're not now you at 10-2 or whatever. Great job. But we whooped our own asses, man. We beat ourselves. And with suspect coaching with John Harbaugh, and I can't even make a field goal at this point with Justin Tucker. I mean, what else? What else can I say?
What did you think about Derrick Henry in the running game today, Raj? Derrick Henry, 19 carries, 82 yards. Lamar Jackson, 79 yards. Justice Hill, 3 for 6 yards, as you mentioned. No Mitchell. So,
I mean, he was okay. He should have got the ball more. We shouldn't have been throwing the ball a ton, but we was. Why? I'm not sure, but he should have got more carries. I said at least 20 to 25, maybe 30. I mean, he was all right, man. But Justice Hill only had 3 carries for 6 yards. This team, man, is just like I said, man. I've been frustrated with this team in the past, but we're at the breaking point. This is the breaking point for this team. I think this is the breaking point right here, where it's like they're just doing everything out the book wrong, and they know what they need to do, but they just won't do it because their head coach is a jackass at this point. He has jackass thinking. He's not a jackass, but he has jackass thinking because he gets in his own way, because he has to be so stoic and goofy not to make the correct adjustments. And he's just gonna continue to keep doing this until he's fired. Now, when will that be? Who knows? But this is what we're going to get for here on out. We're going to continue to keep getting this little thing with Justin Tucker going out there missing kicks and certain people not being in the football game. So, I mean, like I said, Derrick Henry was okay. Lamar was okay. Who else you need to know? Who else do you want to know who was okay? Zay was okay. Mark Andrews was okay. They had okay games, but it wasn't enough. And we know the Eagles, they did what they did, and they got the victory.
Dre, what did you think about the offense? Derrick Henry, 19 for 82. Zay Flowers, 3 for 74. He had the first 2 catches were 60 yards. Only ended up with 3 catches, had 7 targets. Andrews, 7 yards, a touchdown. Likely garbage time touchdown. Outside of that, no Bateman. He was hurt. Aguilar with the drop. Probably 2 drops
Yeah, he had a couple drops.
there.
Aguilar,
What do you think about that?
Aguilar with a couple drops. I'm not understanding, like we talked about on the pregame. Run the damn football, man. I don't understand the Ravens, and I broke it down about where they go with about 15 carries. You need 20 or more. Derrick Henry's at 19. I just don't understand, why don't you run the football more when the Eagles are suspect on defense when it comes to running. They don't have a great running defense. Their linebacking core is small. You saw Derrick Henry when he would get out there, he was stiff arming these folks, and just like the only way to get him down was you had to get him by his legs. Keep just pounding the football and wear them dudes out. Yes, we had drives that were long and extensive. Yes, Tucker missed some points, but if you're nitpicking things about offense, Lamar Jackson should not be throwing the football that many times out there, especially when you see that he is running for his life out there and then having to run the football himself. Uh, I do remember Derrick Henry and him had a weird exchange, and then that turned into a fumble, but luckily we recovered. I just don't understand this team. Like, run the football and you can get results. We were getting positive results. This was supposed to be a running back game. This was not supposed to be about the quarterbacks. It wasn't supposed to be about Jalen Hurts or Lamar Jackson. It was supposed to be about Saquon Barkley and Derrick Henry. And Saquon like Rod said, he had his moments, but it wasn't like offensively the Eagles were all that. And we had moments where we could have done things, but we chose for some reason not to run the football. And I don't understand why we just chose not to run the football.
I just want to say, if you in the chat, please hit the like button. I see it's 17 y'all in the chat. We would love if y'all hit that like button. We're just ranting right now, talking about these Ravens and Eagles. But go ahead, Byron.
What do you guys think about the defense? Jalen Hurts, 118 yards, Raj. Saquon Barkley had the big touchdown run at the end, but pretty much contained them for the most part. The rushing offense of the Eagles was, 140 yards, 107 for Saquon, and 29 for Jalen Hurts. Both had a touchdown.
I thought they were good enough to win this football game. I thought Roquan played pretty well. Kyle Hamilton did get hurt for a little bit, as always, but he came right back. He bounced back. Said he had a concussion, and no, he didn't. He didn't have no concussion at all. So he was out there doing this thing. The Ravens defense, man, they did what they were supposed to do. They got plenty of stops, and like I said, the offense held the ball a lot in this game. I mean, I think they won the time of possession. They beat them in almost every stat on the field. So the Ravens defense did what they were supposed to do. But they were all right. They were good. They were great today. And I you know what? Shout out to Zach Orr, because we gave this brother a lot of grief, and he deserved it a little bit.
A little bit.
But now
Nah, a whole lot,
not,
bro.
dude, he's getting these guys to play football the right way on the defensive side of the football field. So I'm happy about that. At least I am happy about that. But they were all right. They were pretty good today, Byron.
No,
And real quick,
I
Rod,
told you with him, man.
What,
Just give him some time. Give him some time. And
how'd you feel about the defense?
I thought that the defense for the past couple weeks, they've been doing pretty good. They've been a lot better holding their own, especially against the Philadelphia Eagles team who has explosive players. I thought that they did a really good job. Then I thought that they did a good job against the Steelers, holding them to only field goals this week. An Eagles team where they averaged, I think, about like 30 points a game. They held that Eagles team to under that. They had moments where, yes, it was like a bend but didn't break type of game. But for the most part, I thought the defense did a really good job containing this Eagles offense.
If you're in the chat right now, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. We're live after every Ravens game. We do previews. We do Commanders content. We do all types of content. We have our flagship podcast on Mondays. As mentioned, we are talking about the Ravens lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Comment down below. Leave us a super chat if you want to donate to the channel. And as always, leave your questions, comments in the chat as well. All right, guys. What do you think about the offensive line? I think the Eagles defensive line, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Josh Sweat, they dominated the Ravens offensive line. The Ravens actually had less penalties than the Eagles, though, Raj. But what did you think about the trenches, where I think this game was also won and lost outside the special teams blunders?
They got dominated. Our offensive line stunk today. Let's not. They were terrible. Now I'm gonna give you Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter was great. 3 deep. He was great. I will give you that. The game was great.
No bread,
Yeah.
no water, just hate.
That's one big son of a bitch!
Finish him, Daddy.
Yeah. All that.
Finger licking good special. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, man. All that goodness right there. They were great. So like I said before, I don't understand why Ben Cleveland's not playing. The right tackle, I mean, he got bum rushed a lot. It was a madhouse, man. And like every time Derrick Henry did try to run the football, he was hitting. He was running into some Eagle. So it was like he really couldn't get no running room, and they were doing their thing. And then they was touching Lamar a lot. And the times Lamar did have time to throw the football, they made it a little difficult for Lamar a little bit. But they did their thing, man. That front four, man, was was vicious against the Ravens. Whack offensive line today.
Go ahead, Dre. What you think about the big man up front?
Like Rod said, we suck, man. Um, Lamar was up there running for his life. Derrick Henry, he was able to run the football, but I know it just could have been a lot better. And this isn't the same offensive line that we saw in the beginning of the year, but we had question marks regardless about this offensive line. So nothing new here surprises me. But again, maybe hopefully some of this stuff can be at least cleaned up a little bit during the bye. But that offensive line, when you take on a team like the Buffalo Bills, you take on a team like the the Chiefs, like you need your offensive line to play better. And this is an offensive line that's played pretty decent throughout the year. I mean, I've seen where they were comparing the two offensive lines, how both teams were able to run the football, but this was just one of those games when the offensive line at times wasn't holding up because you saw Lamar having to escape and fear for and run for his life out there.
We got Deal Diamonds just joining us. What's going on, D? How you doing, man? How you feeling?
Doing good, man. Coming from the nation's capital.
All right.
Like I said, I'm not surprised at the result. I had the Eagles winning the football game. I thought it was just too much for the Ravens to defend. The defense actually did enough to win, but I'm going to disagree, Uncle, a little bit with you. This is the one time I don't think coaching, they put themselves to win is the players today, man. Mainly Tucker, but the players. Players screwed this one up today, man.
So you didn't have a problem with Deontay Johnson not being out there?
They mentioned it. I mean, they probably gonna work him in the bye week, man. That's the only thing I can tell you. They won every stat in the game. They won time possession. They won more yards. They won it all. I can't blame coaching for that, man. Can't blame coaching for that.
I said that I think this was a special teams miss. I said offensively, what you talked about with the time of possession, I said we did a good job on that, especially in the third quarter when you had over 11-minute drive and it just wasn't able to convert to points. You had moments out there where the momentum of the game, both for the players and for the stadium, just got taken out with each miss that Tucker had. I said if Tucker just makes at least one of them, it changes the complexity of the football game. But I think the air was just taken out. And then also I said that Lamar seemed to having to play Superman out there at times, just running for his life. I felt like all those things contributed to the loss today, but especially those Tucker missed points.
No doubt. I don't think Lamar was that Superman, man. He should have ran a little more, man. Hurts did that and got the Eagles back in the game, man, and that was a big difference. Lamar got to use his legs more, man. Just that simple. Roger's right about that, definitely. Got to use his legs more, man. If it's there, you're going to have to go for a little quicker, man. You moving backwards and then looking up. And that time, he been getting hit lately now. When we go 10 yards, 15 yards backwards. One of them missed field goals from Tucker was because Lamar went too far back. If he would have stayed up.
Sack. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. The players today got to flip the brunt of this loss.
Real quick on Deontay Johnson, you see it. No targets, no catches, no yards, no touchdowns in his 5 games. So 5 games, guys. He's been here more than a month. So not 2 weeks, not 3 weeks. 5 games, 5 targets, 17 routes, 1 catch, 6 yards, and about 3 or 4 turf monsters where he tripped over his own feet or something. So looking like I said it's going to be a boom or bust trade when I did that video. I said boom or bust. Really good or very bad. And it's looking like very bad right now. This is the best picture we have of him. And he gets introduced to the newest part of the Who Club.
Oh no! Yeah, was it Jim Nantz? Was it Jim Nantz or Tony Romo? One of them mentioned him, man, about Deontay Johnson, and they was like, they don't have him in the game. He don't have no targets. They mentioned it, and they got to work him in, man. You got to work all your guys in. Didn't get why Mitchell was inactive. Really didn't get that. Especially when they've been trying to throw him out there in kickoffs. Wallace fumbled the ball a couple times. He did get it back, but that's a little bit of concern too. And the Dre's point, special teams gets an F. I ain't gonna say F because Stout was open.
No,
D-.
Give them an F because not only did you have Tucker missing field goals, but then where we were just put at to
Yeah.
in drives. I said that field position would make a difference in the football game, and it did.
D minus F plus. I said D minus F
I
plus.
like F plus. F plus sounds like what it is. Yeah.
D, what do you think about the rest of the offense outside of Lamar and the offensive line? We said they struggled today. Only 4 penalties, but we thought Carter, Jordan Davis, Sweat, and those guys on the Eagles pretty much manhandled the Ravens' offensive line. Probably one of their worst games of the year.
Now we would have thought it would have been the other way around. That the Eagles' offensive line was so good, but the Ravens' D line actually held up. But the Ravens' offensive line, though, they didn't look good at times, man. They really got beat up front. I mean, Blankenship on the back end got hurt. He hit his own man. He didn't have no Darius Slay. And for the pass game it was really just Andrews. It was Andrews, and that was really it, man. And they got to tighten that stuff up. Max protect a little more, man. Bring Cleveland in. Bring Ricard in more. Bring some of these guys in, man. And look, sometimes the obvious works. If you're going to run.
Well, let's look at this note here. D, I'll go to you real quick. Saquon needs to average 121.4 yards the next 5 games to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record. The record is 2,105 yards. Needs 607 more yards with 107 yards today. Had a total of 1,499 yards. I'll go down the line. D, is he going to break this record?
I think Saquon will, man. I think he's going to get it done. They got Carolina. Carolina is improved, so it's not as easy of a game as it once was, but Carolina is improved. I think they got Pittsburgh still, the Giants, Washington, and Dallas. So I think he'll get it, man. I think he'll definitely get it. The only team that might give him some resistance is Pittsburgh, and that's really it. He going to get it, man. And the Giants got to be a bunch of idiots for letting him go, man. They got to be a bunch of idiots for letting him go.
Hey, who's
about to say who the random man is?
Who's that random guy with the never mind.
Who the hell is that?
Get him off!
Daddy.
Get him out of here!
That's one big son of a bitch!
Yeah, take him off!
No bread,
No.
no water.
Damn it. Enough with the sound effects, Byron.
Right, Byron, get him out! Get him off the screen.
No offense, that is meat. That's not meat in a good way either.
Nobody wants to see the titty man.
All right. What you about to ask me, Byron?
You think Saquon going to break this record?
I don't give a damn if he breaks the record, but I want him to break it because I have him on my fantasy. So please,
me too.
Break the record, go right ahead, brother. Go score about 400 or 500 more yards, 600 yards, 700. I don't give a damn. Score as many yards as you want to, my good man, and a bunch of touchdowns just for me. So I can pimp you. But do I care if he breaks it? No. Do I think he's going to break it? Probably not. But if he does, fantastic. Go fly, Eagles fly.
And Byron, take the breast man off. But my answer is no. I don't think he does. I think that, like D said, I mean, you got a couple divisional games. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know. The only way I could see he breaks it is because they have that 17th game. If they didn't have that 17th game, then it would be a definite no. I'm going to say no, but if he does break it, it's because of that 17th game that they have.
Man, he breaking it. Look at the teams he got playing in the run defenses. He breaking it, man.
That's great. I mean, if he breaks it, I'm happy. I ain't gonna complain.
Oh, I'm very happy.
I mean,
my fantasy
honestly, we thought that Derek was supposed to be the one to break it, and I don't know what the Ravens are doing out there.
Well, he has Harbaugh. That's not happening. But what was you about to say?
I was going to say, D, what can you do about this Tucker situation? We saw Harbaugh go over there and give Tucker a hug. What do you think needs to be done heading into the bye? And what other adjustments you think need to be made with this team overall?
First of all, I told y'all he needs to stop doing the Royal Farms nonsense. That needs to go. That needs to been gone. Second, you might have to bring a kick up in here. You might have to do it as soon as the bye week, but definitely after the season, next year, you're bringing the kick up in here to challenge brother, man, because it's mental now, man. He ain't getting it done. I mean, he's just not getting it done, man. It's like, how you missing? Now you missing to the right. First you missed to the left. Then he's like, oh, I had to do it a certain way, and now what's the excuse going to be this week? Because you got 2 weeks to soak on this thing now, man. Bye week up. I mean, you gotta get yourself together, Justin, man. You gotta get yourself together, brother.
Oh, D. I said that everybody who's had the Royal Farms chicken, all their careers dipped. When you think about Jonathan Ogden, he started dipping. Uh, you had
Charles
Lodi
Heath.
Nada, he
Really
started
not.
dipping. And now Justin Tucker. It's something about that damn chicken, man. Every time they
You're
start
right, man.
to dip. I don't know what is going on, but with the singing and the dancing, but yeah,
So,
that needs to stop.
shucking and the jiving.
I said what you said. I said during the bye week, bring somebody in, man. You're playing December football, and this team is too good not to make a Super Bowl run. If they get one and done, they're gonna blame Lamar, and it's not gonna necessarily be on Lamar. Like today, I felt like yes, you could nitpick at some things, but I think for the most part, if Tucker makes some of those field goals, it changes the momentum of the game. But they're gonna put the onus on Lamar Jackson.
No, they're gonna continue to do that, but also they're gonna allow Harbaugh to skate through, and they're wasting Lamar's career. So, yeah, there you go. But yes, General's fried chicken, it's butt kicking. Well, maybe not.
Not taking it back to the days of Undercover Brother. I said that the other day. I said that's what this chicken is. It reminds me of, and that's why I refuse to eat it, man.
I don't think I had it once, not even one time. It's like Sonny's. I haven't had that once either, but it's neither here.
You never had Sonny's.
You already know that. You already know this. I never had it before.
No, come on, son.
How in the world did you go to the Morgan State University and not ever have the chicken?
He went to Mervo too.
I didn't care for either. I didn't care for it.
I'm done.
Any other questions, Byron, about this?
Get him off.
About this pathetic football team that we saw today.
No, you're pathetic.
No,
you never had the
Baltimore
chicken.
Ravens.
Never tried the chicken. Shame on you.
Well, I think Byron might be frozen. It looks like.
Oh,
Shame on him too.
Byron is
Byron froze like the weather.
Yeah,
like the weather today.
It was out there. It was out there, light snowing and stuff. I mean, I felt the little flurries on my face. I was like, "What is this? Like, what are we trying to do? We trying to be the Are we trying to be the Steelers and Browns game? That's what
Oh no, wasn't that bad?
Game right now, man.
They in it.
Out there.
They
in it deep.
Bauer's having technical difficulties. Oh man, I told him Black Friday he need to get that ear man. His Wi-Fi keep going in and out. You know, in and out. It's not a good thing.
Well,
it's not.
Either you in or you out.
Well, we were out today.
D, I see you got our boy Cornette up there, man.
Well, you know, it's a heart attack, man. You know, every week the Ravens heart attack sandwich, man.
They are, but I wonder, you know, we definitely got talk about our boy Cornette whenever.
Yeah. Oh dang, Byron, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. D, I was gonna say, Dre, what do you want to see into the bye week?
That's a good question. Hold on. Is that me this time? What the hell?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. So now it's Dre and Byron now? What the hell?
Man, Dre, what happened?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I was gonna say, Raj, what did you want to see heading into the bye week? I think we lost Dre.
Yeah, I think Dre done frozen now. I want to see change. I want to see people fired. I want to see a lot of things happen. I don't know, none of this is going to happen. So I think we're going to get more of the same. We're going to get more Justin Tucker. We're going to get more John Harbaugh not doing the right thing. And we're going to continue to keep being in mediocrity. So I don't think nothing's going to change during the bye week. Although I wish it would, but nothing's going to change. And we'll probably beat the Giants, and we'll play the Steelers again, probably lose to them again. Maybe beat Houston, maybe beat the Browns. Who knows? But I just don't. I don't see this team. They'll be there. Hopefully they're a playoff team, but I think it's too late to really do anything as far as like changing something. So I don't expect much going into the bye.
Well, Tucker took accountability and said he felt he cost the Ravens the game.
Oh joy! I mean, who cares? You cost us a lot of games this season. What else is new?
Well, how you feel about the rest of the schedule? As mentioned, coming back off of a bye, playing the Giants. Lamar Jackson 23-2 now against the NFC. One of those losses was against the Giants.
So the Giants should be a bye week. You would think they're 2-10. They'll probably be 2-11. I forget who they play next week, but I think it's a team they probably lose to. And I mean, you should be able to beat them off the bye. And then Pittsburgh, Houston be tough. And then Cleveland, depending on what mindset Cleveland's in, they try and save jobs. We'll see. But one thing I think, the defensive side, I think, has made some good adjustments. The offensive side, they got to get in Lamar's head. Look, man, when it's not there, 1, 2, 3, run, brother. You're going to have to run, man.
Mm-hmm.
Going to have to run because we've seen Pittsburgh shut this offense down. We've seen the Eagles shut this offense down. And that's going to happen in the playoffs, man. You got to find a way to get over that hump. Mutton going to have to do something. They're going to have to use the weapons they got. And that's the change I think they're going to have to make on offense because I think the Rodgers and Dre's point both, it's going to be hard to make a move and to really do anything in season now. You in December now, man. So it's tough. It's tough to go out and get another kicker now, man. That's almost impossible to do in the sense of cutting Tucker. But you're going to put some pressure on Tucker next year.
Don't cut him. But
yeah.
Gotta do something.
I mean, people ready to Jazzy Jeff him out of here, man.
I'm not ready to do that quite yet because, like you said, you can't bother me.
I got a question. When is Harrison Buckner coming back? Because whoever that kicker is that the Kansas City Chiefs is putting out there right now.
Oh, hell no.
If he's cut, we need to get him quickly.
Okay. I thought you were saying Buckner. I was about to be
no. I mean, I would take him too in a heartbeat. But
I'd take Buckner in a heartbeat.
I bet you would.
I don't give a damn about his political affiliations. I would take him in a heartbeat. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champion with that great kick. I would take him. But whoever is his backup, if he's available, please go out there and get him whenever Harrison Buckner comes back. Go get him.
Dre, what do you want to see during the bye? And you got the Giants coming up. You got the Steelers on a Saturday, and then Texans on Wednesday for Christmas. It's going to be a short week. And then the Cleveland game is going to be on the 5th, the last week of the season. So we're in the last stretch.
I actually like the way that the defense is starting to come around. Like I said, we had to just give it some time, being that this was a new defensive coordinator. I know he's been under McDonald for a while, but I still, when you try to implement your own stuff, it can be an adjustment period. And plus, they did some of the defensive pieces that they had, they did lose. But I will say that offensively, they have to get it together. There's no reason today that Derrick Henry didn't have even 20 touches. You got to continue to run the football. I thought today was a day.
Did Dre just freeze again? Mid sentence.
Think we may have lost him. Let's see. I think we lost him.
Goddamn, pal.
You might need an arrow too.
Well, D, I'll go to you. We can kind of transition to just kind of talk about the Ravens and the Eagles. What kind of you ain't gonna go through every game? What is kind of your takeaway from this weekend of the NFL action starting from Thursday through today? What has kind of stood out to you?
We're starting to see who's really good, and we're starting to see who's the pretenders is a little bit. Atlanta is definitely a pretender, but old Kirk Cousins. There's a game they should have beat the Chargers. Chargers was vulnerable, didn't have Dobbins, only scored 17 points. There's no way you're Atlanta, you're at home. It's an inexcusable loss. See what happened with the Bears, inexcusable. That's why Goofy Flores, whatever his name is gone now. We've seen the Lions find a way to win against the Bears. We've seen the Eagles find a way to win today. And we've seen the pretenders and we've seen the contenders start to stand up.
Raj, how you feel about this week of football? I know you were at the game today.
I mean, D said everything that needed to be said. I mean, he's right. I mean, we've seen who's going to be great and we've seen who's not. And we're one of those teams that probably will not be great. So that's what we've seen this weekend. We've seen teams, race forward to the finishing line, and other teams are just in stagnation, or other teams are just complete garbage, like the New York Jets. But yes, we've seen who was who. The blinders are coming off.
How about the Steelers winning today in Cincinnati? Cincinnati done, and the Steelers look for real. Russell Wilson career day, guys.
Contenders. They probably will win a division. Come on, Pittsburgh. And yeah, the Bengals, they're definitely finished. They're done.
D, how you feel about the Steelers win today in Cincinnati?
Yeah, the Bengals can't stop anybody. I mean, to give up that many points to Pittsburgh, which we've seen Pittsburgh struggle offensively throughout the year. Inexcusable. The Bengals are done because their defense. They scored over 30 points in 4 games this year and lost all of them.
Dre, how you feel about the Steelers and Bengals today? Russell Wilson was cooking like it was Thanksgiving up in there, man.
I mean, no surprise with the Steelers. I think that they're going to be one of the Super Bowl contending teams. I don't think they'll make it, but they're there. I think I got my Wi-Fi did something. I was saying Justin Tucker missed 10 field goals this year. Last year he only missed 6. So they need to address that in the bye week.
I don't know how you can do
Real
that.
quick, looking at it. How about the Colts beating the Patriots, going for 2? The Colts kind of still alive, guys.
Might be mental, Raj. Might be mental.
Beyond-
The Vikings ought to be ashamed of themselves. This game shouldn't have been this close. Cardinals are a decent team, but they probably won't make the playoffs.
I mean, Vikings are a contender. Patriots and Colts, they're average. Seahawks, they're average. And they beat the Jets. It is what it is.
Yeah, Colts. The Colts. You guys think the Colts are going to make the playoffs? Any chance for them?
A little bit.
No,
They have a little bit of a chance.
no, they won't.
D.
Nah, I don't see it. Denver, I think, will hold them off enough in the 7th spot. The Dolphins might be the only team you can watch out for there to make a run to get to the 7th spot.
I agree. Who is it? It's us, Denver, and
The Chargers.
The Chargers.
Yeah, that's not going to change. Those are going to be the teams. Like D said, the Dolphins will probably make a push, but it might be too little, too late for them. Especially if you can't play. They can't afford another loss, and the weather's getting cold outside. They showed us what they are with the Green Bay game.
Raj,
D, I asked Dre this earlier.
Well, Sean, what are you talking about? Who has a? Oh, you're talking about the Steelers. Oh, yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Never mind. I read that wrong. He's right.
Raj,
I said that, Rashawn. I said that they are a Super Bowl contending team, but I just don't think that they'll make the Super Bowl this year.
Raj, D, is the Jets the least desirable coaching job in the NFL?
Most definitely.
The Jets are in disarray. Old Duck Dodgers, I told his butt not to go there. Now he talking about he want to get him out of there. They're just a dysfunctional mess with old Woody Johnson in the front.
Commanders get a big win over the Titans. Game and a half up on the final wild card.
The ass whooping came out for the for the Titans. About time. Jaden Daniels and them boys stepped their game up.
The Titans stink. I mean, what you expect? Levis is no good.
Dre gave it the old push. I guess it's appropriate that Red Skies is playing, everybody, because we take a quick moment of silence. The Tony Khan, Shad Khan, and AEW, and the 2-10 Jacksonville Jaguars. Man, D, it is Red Skies when we talk about anything with the Khan family.
Hey. Didn't Trevor Lawrence look like he got injured in the AEW ring today? Where he got hurt?
He got knocked out like they be doing in the ring, D.
You ain't lying, boy. I was like, dang. Damn shame.
Oh, I love this song.
It's great, isn't it, right?
Yeah, man.
Why do they even try anymore? I don't know why.
Rams beat the Saints. Buccaneers keep pace with the Falcons beating the Panthers. They might win the South still, the Buccaneers.
Yeah, you know the Falcons are 6-6 and leading the division right now in the NFC South.
All I see is mediocre football between the Rams and the Buccaneers. And I see greatness right there with the Eagles. So there you go.
On the game tonight.
And the Bills are showing greatness now.
Yeah, this is over with. Yeah, this is a wrap. So there you go.
D, I wanted to ask you real quick about this college football playoff. We're going to conference championship week this week, and next week we're going to be live for the playoff bracket reveal here on the Flex Zone. So pull up a chair. No Ravens football.
I think I might join you.
No Ravens football ride. I need you here with me to see if your Alabama Roll Tide make sense of what happened this weekend and what can happen this week with the playoff selection show a week from this Sunday. We'll know who's in the bracket.
Like I said in the chat, Ohio State and Miami fumbled away the church's money. And it's beautiful for Ohio State to lose to your rival 13-10, man. And Ohio State, like, come on. I can't let that happen. But Dion and them won't be in the playoff. And the championship, I kind of like Arizona State, man. I think they're going to get by. I think they're going to get it. I think Clemson going to beat SMU. And Texas gets their revenge on Georgia. Oregon beats Penn State. They'll be the 4 teams to get the buys.
Gray, how you feeling about the college football selection next week? Are you going to join us?
Yeah, I'll be there. I think that, like D said, though, what stood out to me this weekend, the Ohio State, man. I don't know how in the world a struggling Michigan team all year, and you managed to lay an egg like that. That just, I thought it was a hardball thing, but Ryan Day, they're going to keep. This is the most talented team you've had, the number 2 team in the country, right behind Oregon, and you lay an egg to your rival, who isn't nowhere near close to last year's championship caliber level. You're on the championship caliber level, and that happens. Unacceptable, man.
As you can see, the game started on Friday. We got UNLV and Boise State, so we get Mr. Genty in the playoffs. We got, of course, Oregon, Penn State, and, of course, Georgia, Texas, an SEC championship game. So, Clemson, SMU on Saturday. But we'll be live next Sunday night. So, no Ravens football, no Commanders football. For both local teams to buy, but college football playoff bracket selection. We'll be breaking it all down as that will start in 2 weeks after that, I believe. So, big time season ending 2024, heading into 2025. D, any final words? What you got working on your channel, brother?
Hey, man, high school basketball rolling. Just ended out the football season with Leonardtown and Maryville. Great game there. So, high school basketball, you'll see it throughout the next coming weeks. Stuff I did in D.C. will be coming out next week. And our showcase games coming out during the week and other events coming. So, Dodge Sporting Network on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, the Twitter at Dodge Sporting Net.
So, do they call that?
Drizzy Dre, you were with me before the game. You were with me to the after party. We'll be back again tomorrow night for episode 468 of the Flex Zone podcast. Special guest coming back.
Yes, sir. With our boy, Matthews.
Goy.
Yeah, as a special guest tomorrow. Looking forward to it, man.
The social media guy, making the streams all day, all night. We had a big week, man. A lot of content on the channel. What people need to do to keep up with us, man. Bi-week content will be here.
Please, man, if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the content, we do this almost every day at this point. Ravens content, Washington Commanders content, wrestling content, and just around the NFL and NBA. We talk it all, and college sports as well. So please check out the channel, hit the like and subscribe button. We would love your support. Keep it rocking with the Flex.
Yes, big shout out to D. Follow him at Dodge Sporting Net. All your high school sports in the local area. And with us for the Baltimore Ravens postgame show. Throw up your ones up. Acknowledge the head of the sports podcast table. Flex Zone podcast. Only place fellas giving you sports how you want it.
Where you need it.
Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, the Flex Zone 1, Flex Zone podcast on TikTok. flexon1@gmail.com. Hit the Cash App and go ahead and super chat us. Vote on the poll. Hit the like button. Check out our Survivor Series live stream. We were live for that. Check us out. We were live for SmackDown. Live earlier today, Commanders Titans post game. Live earlier with the Ravens Eagles post game as well. We were live for Dynamite flagship podcast on Monday. Had a Commanders preview during the week and much, much more, even through Thanksgiving. And we'll be back this week with AEW, SmackDown, and NXT Deadline. And in 2 weeks, it'll be Saturday night's main event from Long Island. For Dre, Raj, and D, Flex On Podcast. Have a good night, everybody. Ravens lose 24-19, heading to the bye, 8-5. Eagles 10-2. One of the best teams in the NFC. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.